Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on bin 2. So it's been nearly a month since my last update on this bin. It's been longer than I expected. I was hoping to get to it a couple times between my last update now, but with the holidays and everything, was a little busy. So I know it's going to need food. I know it's probably going to need a little bit of moisture, maybe not a whole lot probably, and hopefully there's no fruit flies. We did have a slight fruit fly issue in it last time, and I'm hoping that those are all taken care of and gone. We'll see when we open it up, and we'll see how that sticky trap is doing in there. And just a reminder, I do have links down below to all these items that I'm using in these videos. So if you're looking to purchase anything, please click my Amazon links and help me out a little bit. So let's go and take a look at the bin. All right, so here's our bin 2. We have our date of 1/6. So as you can tell, it's been quite a while between the updates here. So let's open it up and take a look. I'm not seeing anything. I thought these were mites on the top, but apparently not. So let's flip this over. It's very dry here on the bottom, though. There's not much moisture in here. So that means it's probably going to need an infusion of water. On the little, what is this? The fruit fly trap here. I'm looking at it because looks like the fruit flies are starting to mold over on here. You can see that they're on here. They stuck pretty well. I'm not seeing any fruit flies in here right now. So this worked pretty well. Unfortunately, this one didn't have a whole lot of fruit flies, or thankfully, to really show it like my bin 1 did. So, but you can see that they're stuck on there well. So these work really well. I'll have these linked down below if you're looking to purchase some. And I might actually add that to another bin. It looks like that still has a lot of life left to it. So this is our last feeding that we did, which was on this side with the shirt that's on here. I'm just going to move this off to the side here real quick, and that way we can start digging through here. So I'm sure that all the food here is gone, but we'll just see here. So there's lots of paper in here. Paper looks like it's a good moisture level or moisture content. And as expected, there is no food, it looks like, in here. So I'm just grabbing this little bug out of here. So I've mentioned these before, just trying to keep it on my glove here. I have found these little bugs in my bin quite frequently. I don't know what they are. I'm gonna have to look them up. If I find it, I'll try to put it in my comments down below. But I find these quite frequently in my bins. I don't think they cause any issue, but I've been trying to take them out when I can. So let's just continue digging here. Again, I'm not seeing any food. I'm not surprised at all. And this bin is a little bit dry, so we'll have to work on it a little bit here. Let's just dig down here in the center section here. Material looks really nice in here. In fact, this might be starting to get ready for another harvest again with the way this is looking. You really want them to start, once you find a lot of the materials converted into this nice rich material, you really need to start harvesting quickly, because what will happen is this will get really filled, and it'll be hard to maneuver things around and to get it to the consistency you want, because it'll be just too full or too heavy even to move for some of these bins. I had an 18-gallon that became very heavy. And it became very hard to move. And I have my 27-gallon that I just can't move at all because it weighs so much. So this looks like it's doing really, really well. It might need a big mix here. Let's just see here. I'm not seeing any cocoons, but I am seeing lots of worms. Nice, healthy worms in here. As I said, unsurprisingly, like, these banana stems are still there. Those take a while to break down. Sometimes they have to go through the bin more than once. So lots of worms here in all my gloves and everything. This side's a little bit more stuck than the other side, but the material still looks really, really nice in here. I mean, it's just a really good consistency. Not too dry, not too wet. Worms look plenty healthy. Crumbles right apart. I mean, it's a little bit jammed down here at the bottom, it feels like, but it pulls right up and it still is crumbly. So this looks really good. But I definitely need the material to probably be worked through a little bit more, but I think that we should start maybe looking to harvest this as well, along with bin 1, which I know is undergoing that process. So what we're going to do here is actually we're going to take this, we're going to move everything kind of down a little bit. Let's just actually dig right here a little bit too, in the center section here. And that looks pretty good as well. Good consistency. A lot of worms right there. There's maybe a little bit of food left over, it looks like, right there. There's maybe some food. So, but it looks like everything in here is pretty healthy and looks pretty good. It's a little bit dry maybe for the worms. For me, it's it'd be great to have it this consistency, but I'm just going to I'm moving stuff around and mixing it up, which is okay. I'm trying to get the cardboard throughout the bin because we're going to start, I think, we're going to do some feedings, but we're not going to do I'm not going to add as much paper. We're going to try to get them to consume all this paper here before we harvest next time. So what we're going to do here is just going to leave some of this in the center. We're going to put a large quantity of food here. I'm sure that they're hungry, and this is a mixture, by the way. This is all frozen, just like I normally do. But this is coffee grounds with some orange and lime. And I'm going to throw some lemons in here as well. And I just put out a video just recently showing that you can throw lemons in your bins. But I do recommend, if you're putting citrus in, that you put in a lot of grit or crushed eggshell or something that's going to help balance out that pH, because, you know, these are acidic, but they will get worked on. So now I'm going to take off my gloves here, and I'm going to put in some of this crushed eggshell. When you're using this stuff, you should wear a mask. I'm using this low in the bin. It's not going to come up in my face. I'm putting a lot right here because of these eggs. Or, I'm sorry, a lot of eggs because of the lemons. There we go. I'm going to put some here on the coffee grounds as well. Grit's always good for your worms. I don't feel you can have too much grit, really. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray this down with a little bit of moisture. Just to kind of get it a little bit wet. Some of this is going airborne, so I'm kind of staying back here. And then we're going to cover this up. But as I said, I'm not adding any extra material this time. So we're just going to dump this right on top. Pile this right on here. We're going to just bury this down in here. This stuff will slowly sink in. We can just sort of do this. It's going to even itself out as it goes. And that's it for the update for this week. I'm going to put the lid back on. Actually, you know what? I think I might add a little bit more moisture before we go here. And that's only because it's a little bit dry, and it's going to just dry out even more as I don't have plastic in here to really keep all of the moisture in. So we're just going to kind of just spray the top down a little bit just to give it a little bit more moisture. It'll soak in as it's going, so I'm not too worried about it. And there will be some moisture in the lemons that might find its way out. Coffee grounds, not quite as much. Those are pretty dry when I put them in the freezer. So there we go. I think that's good. And oh, one more thing. I do need to mark where we last fed. Let me put the shirt back in there. Layer that on here. Just as like that. This is going to mark that area, but also it sort of protects it a little bit from fruit flies, prevents them from getting in from the top. You know, so I do like marking my materials with something. Now that I've been doing this for a lot longer, I've realized other people did it, and I've kind of stolen that from them. But there we go. That looks good. And now let's put the lid back on. Here we go. And that's our update for bin number 2. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please let me know, or if any comments. I always like to hear what everyone has to say. So, and remember, I do have links for all these products down below in my description, and I'll probably try to put some in the comments as well. So thank you for watching.